but I'm a professional.
Are you?
Now you've thrown my entire existence
Into
question. I said it with confidence, and then you chopped my knees out from under me.
Yeah.
Like a real unprofessional, non-professional. But you did it so professionally.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys.
I'll get you.
Ew. It's when the first thing you said to me was that you walked in and you just said, I am anxious today. and I was like, hopefully anxious to record. And you were like, no. And then you went down a whole laundry list of anxieties. And you were like, my eyes?
It's mostly related to my eyes.
My eyes make me anxious? I can't see. I'm driving over to your house to record. Hit the train. Don't hit the train physically, although I don't know because I can't see. Sorry, Brandon, you're going to have to wait. I'm blind and I'm at the train tracks. Help me. Hey guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. I'm Brandon Birdwell. I'm one half of the Cold Hands, Warm Hearts podcasting duo.
I was just waiting. Is he going to do the intro? I don't know. Hi guys, I'm Ashley Engle and I'm the other half. Welcome to episode...
And I'm the anxious half.
I'm the anxious half.
Which is great because we've been doing kind of a like back and forth.
Right?
Like,
it's my turn.
It's your turn to be the head case today.
Welcome to episode 70, guys.
70.
No, I'm okay. I'm high functioning today.
Listen, and that's okay. I just picture at your house, you have like on the fridge, you have like one of those like terror alert things where it can be orange, yellow,
Yes.
red, whatever.
Yeah.
And you're on the high functioning bar today.
Yeah, I would say I'm between yellow and orange today.
Okay.
I'm on the bar.
I could see it. When honestly, your aura, it's between yellow and orange.
Yeah, yellow, orange.
And I see things in people.
Okay.
Usually your aura is doo-doo brown. And that's when I know that you're just coasting. Everything's good.
That you're unwell.
No, I know that you're good then because you just like,
Oh.
you're fine. And then when you get all worked up,
Okay, that's when we increase the heat.
the dookie heats up.
The warm colors come out.
Like a porta-john
fire.
on a sunny day.
Okay.
Cooking.
No, what I was telling you
Easy
is...
bake oven.
Okay. Guys, what I was telling him is that I still haven't figured out my prescription.
Life. Oh.
My eyeglasses prescription. And part of that is because I haven't been back to see the eye doctor.
And it's funny how those two are correlated.
There's a correlation.
Yeah.
But what these glasses are great for is reading. So I still use them, but then there are days when I need them for distance as well. And that's the part that's not right. Because they're not bifocals, okay?
They're not.
We're not there yet. There's a...
Thanks a lot, Benjamin Franklin.
She called it a reading bump.
Okay.
Which I think is a soft bifocal. I think we're easing in.
Sure.
Is
and,
what I'm
and
saying.
this doctor, you met her in an alley somewhere?
I did.
Yes.
I did. Her office was a trash can. I thought it was strange.
Thank you for calling back alley optometrists. Would you like a reading bump today?
Look, they took my insurance. What was I to do?
That's what I do. Someone could walk up to me on the street and say, I accept health choice.
Yeah. Examine me.
Okay. I'm Blue Cross Blue Shield. But yeah, no, okay. Well, what I will say for Back Alley Optometrists LLC is that the glasses look good.
Well, thank you.
They're fashionable.
Thank you.
They look like you got them at a Claire's boutique.
That's not really the look I was going for.
And with some studs for your buds.
For my ears. I'll tell you what, these glasses are comfortable, but I can't drive in them. Mm-hmm. I can't wear them at night to drive in them. I can't do anything other than read in them and be close up to things.
Sure.
So like right now I'm good.
Oh, well, that's great.
But driving when things are foggy, it creates some anxiety.
Yeah, Mima, that sounds good.
I know, that's where we are.
Listen.
That's where we
before
are.
we
And it's
before we hit record and the tape started rolling, we had a whole conversation about getting old and how it's the worst, and how but the mentality that I'm choosing to adopt as I navigate this universe, as I try to carve out my destiny, is that I'm not old. It's a condition called old, but I'm not suffering from it. I'm living with it. And then Ashley's response to that was, I'm suffering from it.
I did say that, didn't I? I'm just a ray of sunshine.
You are.
Just a ball of sunshiny delight.
Yeah, this Sunny D.
Sunny
OJ
D.
soda purple stuff.
That was my nickname in high school.
Sunny D was?
Sunny D.
But your name doesn't start with D?
I know, it wasn't.
Did the D stand for dork? Where people saw you walking down the hallway and they're like, here comes Sunny D.
It could have been.
Nice overalls, Sunny D.
You look like you can't see.
You look like you're gonna go blind. Like in the 2020s.
Listen. What you been up to?
Just
week and
JK living, getting in touch, touching grass.
Okay.
Touching grass, taking walks, getting sunshine,
Yeah.
hydrating, doing all the things. I call it the J-Lo. I'm doing the J-Lo, and if you noticed,
Most hydrated woman in America. Your skin is glowing.
I'm luminescent.
You're luminous.
Ooh,
You're translucent.
I'm voluptuous.
Whoa. Plump.
I'm actually probably too skinny right now. I probably need to gain some weight back.
You think so?
Maybe.
No, I'm just
Don't
saying,
comment on my weight.
No, I'm just saying you don't look too thin to me.
Okay, well that's good.
No, you look great.
Okay, well I'm luminous.
glowing.
I'm glowing. I'm growing.
Hydrated.
I'm hydrated. So that's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
And it's it's going.
That's good.
It's good.
Okay. You'll be proud to know that I have been sticking to my weightlifting routine, and I feel great. It is amazing how,
You look jacked.
my Crindy's Picklin' shirt's a little baggy.
Well,
so you
it's
can't
just
see
because that's the
my
thing,
guns.
man. That's the deal. When you're walking around in public places, you gotta hide those things away.
You got to cloak them.
You're gonna cause a frenzy,
I know.
a stir.
I know.
I know.
That's why I'm wearing it.
Well, it's a good shirt.
It's a good shirt. We're going to do a re-release.
Just doing limited drops.
Limited edition.
Check us out.
Merch.
I love the idea of us starting a very stupid podcast and then winding up in the streetwear industry.
Can you imagine?
Rolling out collabs on sneakers. Check out these off-white Jordan Air Force funds.
But they're just for people in their 30s and 40s.
Yeah, so they're really like orthotic,
Super
orthopedic insoles.
Yeah.
Dude, how about sponsor us, Scholes?
Dr. Scholes.
Back alley Dr. Scholes.
Yes,
He accepts my
podiatry.
insurance. It's fine.
Podiatry.
Listen, yes.
Pod podiatry.
Let's get into the middle-aged streetwear industry.
I am down.
Fresh. It's gonna be dope. But not too dope. I got work in the morning. Dude, our streetwear is perfect for like a Chili's. You roll up in the Churst Cake Factory, rocking a pair of our special edition collab Nike Monarchs, our New Balance orthotic inserts. What? Step aside, Tommy Bahama. Step aside, Tommy Bahama. CHWH is on the island. No. What's that? Pleats are back in a big way, baby.
Honestly,
Fanny pack full of tokens at the arcade.
What?
I don't know.
I'm not trying to go to an arcade. I'm trying to go to PTO.
No, I'm at the arcade because I got a kid.
Yes.
I'm not out here hanging and trolling.
Okay.
I'm giving out tokens so he can play Angry Birds. But you know what I'm doing the whole time? I'm standing. And you know how I can stand? Because my lumbar is fully supported by these Nike Monarchs that I'm rocking. Calf socks? Yes, please. Calf socks
for the compression.
Calf socks for the compression. I go home at night and I kick my feet up, take off my calf socks, and guess what? I've got a permanent line in my leg hair.
Also shiny shit.
I have rubbed years of sitting in an office in latex socks has rubbed the shin of the front of my shins bare. That's a sign. That's a sign of a hardworking American man. If I go to the gym and I see you in shorts and you don't have a shiny shin and a permanent calf sock mark,
lazy,
unemployed, you're just on the take. Freeloader, because I'll tell you what, my calves look like this so I can live a specific kind of lifestyle.
I dine in the finest of restaurants.
I only dine in a restaurant with a 75-page menu. 74 desserts?
Yes, please.
Anyway, stick around for our foray into middle-aged streetwear.
Streetwear collab. I'm here for it. I need something that will transition me from PTO to the church,
Yeah.
To
We gotta get you out here working.
lunch.
We gotta get you out
With
here
the gals?
Yeah, I need something. I need to be able to move fashionably.
Mm-hmm.
When I show up, I don't want to just be fashionably late because I hit a train. I want to be fashionably late.
Fresh off the runways of Paris.
Fresh! Here comes a middle-aged man looking real fresh. That is the plan. He's wearing streetwear, but it's middle age. He's under
Shiny
the
shin is all the rage.
all the rage. On to the next chapter, baby. Turn the page of the menu at the Cheesecake Factory.
Into the last half of your life.
Seriously, though, you've done most of your living. A little bit left. But seriously though, guys, we're in our last chapter. Here's the thing. And if I'm gonna live my last chapter, if I'm gonna live my last chapter, I'm gonna do it with comfortable feet. I'm gonna do it with a baggy button down. I'm gonna do it with cargo pockets full
And
of
a fanny pack.
full of tokens. And I'm gonna do it at a cheesecake factory.
Yes.
From today henceforth,
Yes.
I'm going to sit in a cheesecake factory
Yeah.
and wait for the icy breath of death upon my neck.
In my chinos with built-in booty cushion.
Yeah.
Because of my broken coccyx.
Because guess what, guys? I'm not about that permanent line on my calf life anymore. Okay? It's time. It's time for my shins to heal
Yes.
themselves. The earth is healing. As when you see a man as he gets older and that line slowly starts to release,
Ugh,
what a day.
he's made it.
He is retired and he's on. He's on to his next chapter.
Yes. Boat shoes from here on out. Maybe no socks.
Maybe not.
Release them from their prison.
Some petties.
Heads.
Peds.
Yeah.
Man, dear friend Cody.
Hi, Cody.
I love a lot of things about Cody, but one of my least favorite things about Cody is he wears these little booties so that he doesn't have a sock line, but they're like way smaller. It looks like he bought a toddler's sock and put it on, and it's like literally stretched within an inch of his life.
I wear those.
But he takes off his shoes and he just exists in those.
Oh, see, I don't like to do that.
It looks like he's an amputee, or he's like walking around like a Barbie doll, like on his toes.
Sure.
It's the weirdest, and I hate it.
I don't like when you take a shoe off. Those are no longer comfy, and they look weird.
And they're
as all get
they're
out.
unwelcome.
Yeah. So what you have to do, Cody, is get yourself.
You listening, bud?
Listen up. You get yourself a pair of house slippers, much like the ones I wore into your home today.
Those aren't house slippers.
They're felt line Birkenstocks.
That's not a house slipper.
But they're not great for outdoor. I usually don't wear them out of my home.
You gotta get them recorked.
No. No, it's not the sole that's the problem.
It is though.
It's the felt
It
line.
really is right now. It is the soul that is the problem.
Okay. Anyway,
Funnier than you acted. Way funnier than you acted.
I'm sorry. I'm anxious.
It's true.
I'm trying to see.
Gosh, what are we?
over here?
14 minutes in. I'm anxious for this to be over.
Okay. So we've had a lot going on over the last week and weekend. I'm lifting weights. I'm being very consistent. I'm very proud of myself. Even after just, what is this now? The third week, I can tell. I can tell a difference. Guys, it's amazing how quickly your body will snap back.
Bodies are
It really will.
adaptation machines.
Yes, they
They
are.
do it. They adapt because that's what they adapt where they die. It's true.
Look at that.
But how about it? How about Mr. Philosophical over here?
That's profound.
I'm a pretty woo-woo guy.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my pot shop shorts.
You really are. They are something.
Young Ethan Neal, when he first saw me in these, that was literally his first thing. He goes, "Did you just finish your shift at the pot shop?"
They really do. Looks like a uniform.
Okay, first off, how do I get a job where this is the uniform? Because there's
I
no
think we
lines.
know.
There's no lines on these calves.
No, there's
this guy.
No socks at all, guys. No shoes.
Society props this guy up. This guy is your tax dollars at work. These shorts were purchased with your tax dollars.
How do you like that?
I don't
America.
know. I don't know. They look comfy.
Speaking of profound,
God, so dude, how about like honestly, big old grandiose setup. Speaking of profound, pause for effect.
da da da.
Pee pee poo poo.
No. So you guys know that occasionally I'm on another podcast through our church, the Well Church. Okay. Anyway, it's called We Need to Talk. And we've been doing a 2-part series on mental health because we did a sermon series on trauma and all that. So we were on the podcast.
It just feels derivative since we've already covered everything about mental health on this
Sure,
podcast.
and
Speaking of profound,
This podcast was definitely our inspiration. It was definitely the cause of mental health struggles for us and others.
I was
I'm
about to say,
certain.
what? Here we are doing a service.
Right.
Hey guys, come join us in our pain. It's
Yeah.
awful down here.
Yeah. Anyway, so we were on the podcast, Maddie, our buddy Maddie T, ministry partner Maddie T, and our dear friend Angie, listener of this pod.
Maddie T's going to need to be a consultant for our streetwear company. He's way more fashionable than we are.
100%.
Although, if we enlisted the help of Maddie T, it might take our product into too cool a direction.
Absolutely. And I think we need to maintain just a little level of sunny dork.
You're not going to catch that guy at a Cheesecake Factory.
No.
He's not.
Uh-uh.
No.
He's not. Oh, he has the shiniest of shins.
The shiniest of shins.
And so our dear friend Angie, who listens to this podcast, was on that one with us. And
God
guys,
knows why.
I know, right? Because she's so smart and so good
She's
at her
so
job.
smart, and she needs to we make her just dumb enough to interact with the public.
There you go.
She's too smart for the room.
Yeah.
And so she listens to this to unplug
Right.
and just dumb it down just a little bit.
Sure, we all need it.
Yeah.
But she was so great on this latest episode of the podcast because she gave the most practical, granular advice for people.
Are you going to give it right now? Because
No,
I want
listen to
because
it.
I want it. No,
Listen to it.
I don't do that.
Okay. Anyway, but
There's
guys,
one podcast worth listening to,
and it's this one.
and it's not what I was going to say.
It's Smartless.
It's a pretty good one.
It's Smartless. But anyway, guys, I just encourage you or somebody, if you are thinking about mental health, if you're struggling with it, it was a really great episode. And not because of me, because of Angie. But she just gave some really practical advice for people who find themselves struggling. It was great.
We're going to need to figure out a fee structure.
For what?
All
church?
these plugs you're giving other podcasts.
Okay, I give one. And what are you watching, reading, or listening to? But that's what we do here.
It is. I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Rarely do I know.
Okay, so crisp mornings and evenings.
Very.
We've got them.
We've got them because it's autumn.
It's autumn.
Crisp mornings and evenings, we've got them. It's autumn.
That was good.
Yeah.
And that has led to some Raynaud's attacks.
Listen, I had...
The worst one ever.
Yes. And I say that without hesitation.
You didn't send me a picture. You usually do.
I couldn't.
Couldn't operate my phone.
You jest.
Are you okay?
I played 2 gigs this weekend.
Yes.
One at Iron Monk in Stillwater.
Okay.
Smooth sailing.
Indoors?
Indoors.
Okay, that's why.
Second one, corporate event
Oh.
at the Tulsa Zoo.
I did not know this. Why didn't you talk about that earlier when I asked what you've been doing?
Because I'm I'm so concerned with your eyes.
Okay. You were saving it for Raynaud's corner.
Yeah, I was. I was saving it for the cold hands section of this.
Yeah, just real quick, pause. For those new listeners,
Which we just never talk about it. It's like it's in the title, but we don't ever talk about
Raynaud's.
Yeah.
And I think some people have come here for advice about it. Boy, are they disappointed.
In numerous things.
So many ways. But guys, Brandon and I both are living with
There it is.
Raynaud's phenomenon, which is a poor blood flow to the extremities.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Tulsa Zoo.
This is great. Tulsa Zoo.
Yeah.
I get there. It's a corporate event, big company.
Nice. Look at you.
Yeah, they have sent over a contract. It's very official.
Yeah.
I get set up. They say you're playing from 4 to 7.
Oh, that's a long time.
That's a long set.
Did you have a break in there?
But can you do me a favor and embrace the narrative that I'm instead of jumping all around?
Oh, you're one to talk.
Yeah, I understand storyline. I understand. Well, here's the thing. Sometimes you get to talking, and it needs a little punch up. That's right. It's like if we were in a writer's room.
Okay, tell your story.
And you're talking. It's just like I was like, okay, Brandon, can you come? They call me the punch up doctor, back alley punch up, because I come in and I inject a little levity into all of this. The dregs.
Pastoral schlock.
Awesome.
Right. Band name.
So I'd see him. I'd see him and from the back, I'd be like, you want me to punch this up a little bit? Boo. And that's just because it's spooky season. I was just trying to scare him off the stage. Man, okay. Before I move on with the Tulsa Zoo.
Oh my God.
Listen, here's the thing. I love, and I'm sure you've heard, I love to boo. Mm-hmm. And I love the notion of a boo because I always think about this. Anytime I see or hear anyone boo, I think of the first time someone did it. Something was not to their liking. It had never been done before. And they, through cupped hands, just went, boo!
Yes.
How confusing and insulting that must have been.
Yeah.
To whoever the Ashley was in that situation, because she got booed straight to her face. A person
For the first time in human history.
A person invented that to insult her.
When do you think that originated? I'm going to go with Shakespearean times.
You would think that seems very Shakespeare, like this theater in the round and someone boos.
Yeah.
We might
One
need
of
to
the
look that.
groundlings.
We'll look that up.
Okay. Continue. Tulsa Zoo. That was a good story.
I'm at the Tulsa Zoo. From the back, I hear someone go, boo. No, they didn't. They were saying zoo. It's, they were just excited to be there. So 4 to 7 is when I'm playing. I show up, not a soul in sight.
Cool.
Yeah. And so the lady goes, I'm going to go check on everybody. I just, from 4 to 5, I just noodled on a guitar, didn't sing a note, just noodled.
Save it. Save the voice.
Yeah. Because what am I going to sing to an empty zoo?
The orangutans.
We'll get to that.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Goody.
So, right at 5, as if a cruel prank is being pulled off on me, the temperature drops huge. For the first hour, I'm playing fine. Hands are great, no problems. Yeah. Temperature drops, wind starts to whipping. 20 minutes after 5, my hands stop working. I can't form full chords on a guitar.
Brandon.
I'm relying on root notes and just singing over it. I wanted to cry because I was in a situation that I could not get out of.
No, locked in.
And like I could play chord, and I like literally kept apologizing, and people were like understanding, and they were also complimentary. I got the crap tipped out of me because of a bunch of pity tips.
No,
I just need to look more. I just need to look more pathetic all the time.
I'm sure you sounded great.
The good news was my voice was all the way there, so I could cover up for the playing. But it was like the most disheartening, worst thing ever.
Oh my gosh, what can we do about this?
Terrible. So in the middle of playing, it's almost like a concerted effort or a coordinated deal.
Gosh.
The lion enclosure is to my back left.
Okay.
The apes are to my back right. Every 10 minutes while I'm playing, the lion will let out the most intense roar.
Yes.
And people get excited and they sprint past me to see what the lion's up to. By the time they make their way back to their seats, 10 minutes later, the apes go crazy.
Whoa.
And it was literally alternating all day. So I'll be sitting here playing Hallelujah. And it's just hands don't work.
They were singing.
Apes are screaming.
They were singing.
Golly.
That's amazing.
So that's going on. And in the middle of it, I keep stepping away and blowing in my hands, trying to like get better. Some lady from the company recognizes it and comes over and goes, "Are you like really, really cold?" And I was like, what gave it away? Was it the stream of snot running down my face? Was it me fighting these icy tears back? Was it the fact that my hands are see-through? She goes, "Let me go see if I can't get you something warm to hold." She leaves.
Brandon.
Comes back over and goes, and she kind of shakes her shoulders like she's proud of herself. She goes, "They didn't make coffee, but I had to make you some coffee."
Oh.
So then she goes, "Take a break, try to warm up." This is with 15 minutes left to play.
Bless
And
it.
no, it's with 30 minutes left to play.
Bless
I
it.
go to the bathroom, run hot water on my hands,
Yeah.
which does not help. It makes it worse.
Brandon.
I step outside and I'm like, "Okay, Brandon, you got to just
Pull it together.
get through this. Play 30 minutes of songs and you'll be done."
Yes.
I picked up a guitar, put my hands on the guitar, and no lie, couldn't feel them, couldn't locate a string, couldn't do anything. And just from some sort of like divine intervention, the lady who booked me for the thing came over and was like, "Hey, you haven't taken a break. You know you're allowed to take a break during the 3-hour set." I was like, "Oh, no, I didn't. That wasn't in the contract that you sent over." And then she goes, "Well, if you haven't taken a break, so why don't you just call it quits now and then go grab something to eat and be done?" And I was like, "Are you sure? Like, are you sure?" And she was like, "Yes, it's great." And then I was like, "Okay, cool." So, and everyone was so sweet and complimentary, but it was the single worst. To date, the worst one was when I had to play on that boat in the cold.
Yes, downtown.
This way worse.
And it probably wasn't even that cold
It wasn't
outside.
as cold as it
It's
was.
like
the
your
day that
body was like, "Here we go."
It was like a starter pistol. It was like it heard the apes and the lion.
Brandon, I'm sorry. What can we do in the future? Here's what you
Don't
need to do.
play at the Tulsa Zoo when it's freezing cold.
Well, okay, you
I
can
needed to have some hot hands in my pockets.
dress more warmly, hot hands, and then perhaps you could bring a portable heater, like a space heater.
I like that.
And plug it in. Are you taking notes? He's taking notes. No, he's not. Anyway, I just think that would be helpful if you could have like a little thing that you could, between songs to kind of put your...
Yeah, no, the whole time I was playing, I was like, man, if I had hot hands in my pockets, this would help. If I had a cup of coffee, that would help. Because we've discussed this. The only real fix for it, because running water doesn't help.
See, that helps me.
Oh man, what it does is it shocks my whole hand and sends all the blood, and then there's it's just this
feeling.
It's the weirdest like in between thing.
You
but
have it worse than I do.
I do
You
in
really
life
do.
in general. Really, I have
Stop
it worse
it.
than you do. But no, it was
Wow.
it was trash.
In the future, though, we can try to mitigate some of this.
Hey,
We can. We're going to make a list of things that will help.
I thank you.
Wow. Well, I'm sorry. I'm glad it went well, though.
Thank you.
I'm glad that the apes and the lions enjoyed it. I think they were expressing their approval.
It sounded an awful lot like how an ape boos. Speaking of which, producer has sent over, while I was telling that story, I didn't want to derail the story.
Oh, because you never do that.
I don't.
Okay, thank you,
Crowds have
producer.
shown displeasure through booing throughout history, with the first written record of it in ancient Greece at the festival of Dinosaursia. That's how you pronounce that.
Sure.
In Athens, the crowd would participate to vote on which tragedy they liked best, using shouts and whistles for plays that stunk.
So way before Shakespeare.
Yeah. Okay. Quit taking credit for it, Shakespeare.
He takes credit for a lot of things.
The whole theory about how he wasn't just one man. How there was maybe a bunch of unattributed works were just assigned to him because
I don't
he was.
like it. I reject it.
I like the idea that there was this one great genius who did all of it, but it seems highly probable given how prolific.
Given the amount of work.
Yeah.
Given his library.
Library.
My Raynaud's attack was different. It was 74 degrees outside on this day.
Yeah.
But the AC had not been turned up. So our house was just extra cold.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden I was like, are you kidding me with this? It was related to weightlifting, which I know
that
sets
happens.
yours off.
It's the blood flow, man.
It's the blood flow.
It's the blood flow.
But I did, kind of shake them and snap them, run water on them, and that helped.
Okay. So
You have it worse than I do.
So you weren't playing in front of a bunch of people
not.
and animals.
I was alone in my home lifting weights.
You know, if I'm going to have a Raynaud's attack, alone in my home is the place I want it to happen.
Absolutely.
Not on stage.
Not on stage. But in the future, we're going to keep this from happening.
Well, I play twice this week. One is indoor. Well, nope, they're both outdoor. One's the Jones Assembly, but they have heaters on the patio.
Yes, they do.
And
that makes all the difference.
The other is another corporate event outside in Wynnewood, Oklahoma.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. You're going to need a heater for that gig. Trying to think of what else happened this weekend. Friday night, Jeff was coming home from India. He's been in India this week. And so Hope and Asher and I got Chinese food and we watched Scooby-Doo. What a disaster that feature film was. I've never seen it. And there's a reason.
It's not great.
It's bad. Although I will say, Lillard.
It's pretty good Shaggy.
Good Shaggy. It's just one of those things that does not translate.
Scoob.
It doesn't translate.
No, it doesn't.
To a real live action.
It remained so cartoony.
Yes.
And not in a good way.
No.
Yeah, it's not a great movie. I like the way you pronounce Scooby-Doo, though. You don't say Scooby-Doo. You said Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. I don't know. Anyway, but one thing in that movie that was even dumber than the movie itself was the fact that they went to the amusement park, Spooky Island.
Sure.
And Sugar Ray was playing there. The actual Sugar Ray.
Yeah, I don't think that's off-brand.
No, it's not.
For that movie.
It's not. I feel like they've made
Smash
appearances
Mouth
in
was
other
busy
movies. Probably.
that day, so Sugar Ray.
It felt right, but I was like, oh. Okay.
You know Sugar Ray, before they released that album with Fly and whatever else on it, like that poppy album that got them big, they were like a hardcore band.
Were they?
Yeah, like way.
Wow.
It's the weirdest transition.
Wow.
They did it. And now he's on Access Hollywood or whatever.
Oh, I didn't know that. Like as a reporter?
Mark McGrath. You know, he's got the Hootie syndrome, where I'm sure people see him in public and yell,
yeah.
"What's up, Sugar Ray?"
Totally.
Right?
Oh,
and he's
absolutely.
like, the name's Mark.
He's very
McGrath.
recognizable. Very recognizable.
Yeah.
Quite the heartthrob back in the day.
Yeah, but ladies loved LL Cool Mark.
Spiky hair.
Spiky hair. That was an era
It was an era.
of spiky hair.
A hera.
Hey-o.
It was a tough sports weekend for the Engles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we Asher had a big game on Saturday, big rivalry. Didn't go their way, but that's okay.
So they lost.
They lost. That's what that means.
Yeah, that's mom for they lost.
That's mom for they lost. Good thing I was wearing my orthotics.
It's okay, hon. It just didn't go your way.
That's what we say.
And then dad turns around and goes, "You lost."
No. No. He wasn't there, or he would have. No, I'm kidding. He got
As a
home.
father, as a father myself, I find that there's two scenarios when it comes to sporting events, and only one way to parent a child. When a child loses, you remind them that they lost, and that they're not a loser, but
Didn't go their
2
way.
+ 2 = 4.
Okay.
And if they win, you look them square in the face and you say, "You think you're better than me? Do you think you're better than me?"
That sounds very effective.
I'm
and not at all scarring.
Nope. I'm the trauma daddy. That's what they call me.
Trauma daddy. I do not like that for so many reasons.
Yeah, I'm.
Get out of here with it.
As it was coming out of my mouth, I didn't care for it. Traumatized by it, in fact.
Yeah. Get out of here with it. So Jeff got home from India Saturday afternoon, and
Which is just such a normal sentence
Yeah,
in your life.
I know.
But in anyone else's life, so and so got back from India would have so many questions.
Yeah.
Not with Jeff.
No, he goes off.
We've learned to not ask questions.
That's exactly it. But he got home Saturday afternoon, and man, was I glad to see him for a lot of reasons. Mainly because our dogs are out of control. Absolutely out of control. And I've mentioned this before, but when Jeff leaves, Coco in particular is
She gets to acting out.
the worst.
She pops on her hoochie shorts, and she's going out.
Wears too much makeup.
She's going out, staying out for all hours.
all hours.
Hey, you wearing that? What?
Not under my roof.
No. And she goes, "Fine. I hate you. I hate your roof."
Stomps off to her crate.
Yeah, she does.
She's awful.
You never let me do anything. But Becca's out here You said I could date when I turned 3. What is that? 21. That's 21. I'm an adult woman.
Oh my God.
With needs.
She's the worst. She is so defiant. And Jeff, now she's fine. Like the minute he walks in the door, she's fine because the alpha is home. And I said, Jeff, I know you don't believe me or the 3 eyewitness accounts from our children that she is so awful to me, so disrespectful. And he said, I believe you. I just believe that you're weak.
Whoa, did he really say that?
He said that to me and I said, you listen here,
That's
mister.
awesome.
He said it with a twinkle in his eye. He said it with a twinkle. He was joshing.
But if you can say it with a twinkle in your eye and still deliver that sledgehammer of a line, you are the alpha.
Well, he said there can only be one alpha, and when I'm gone, she becomes the alpha. He said, and I said, well, you're not wrong. But I did say last night, Jeff, I've been having trouble showing Coco the love of the Lord.
Oh, well, sometimes
I've been having trouble showing her the love of Jesus.
Sometimes it gets tough. Sometimes it gets a little difficult.
Speaking of the Lord, I preached yesterday.
The Ashley Engle story.
Speaking of the Lord.
And it's just you in a baptismal
robe.
Baptismal robe, just shrugging. Speaking of the Lord.
Honestly, it would sell. It would sell 100 copies.
Yeah.
To women named Marjorie.
Yeah, they would love it.
So I'm preaching a series right now.
They'd read it through their reading bumps. They'd be right here.
They're my people. I'm preaching a series right now on the Sermon on the Mount, which honestly, no better subject matter. It's so, so good. And I'm just really enjoying it right now. I really am. To me, it feels like I'm back in a classroom.
Sure.
Just teaching.
Yeah.
Feels good.
Sure.
Anyway.
That was a dynamite segment. You really knocked it out of the park with that one.
Pastor's Corner. Speaking of the Lord.
Guys, speaking of the Lord, that's how I open every one of my sermons.
Okay. I want to circle back to Puberty Corner.
Man, straight from speaking of the Lord to Puberty Corner.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
It fits. I want to circle back. Guys, if you didn't listen to the last episode, you should.
Guys, since you didn't listen to the last episode.
Go back and listen because I don't know that I've laughed harder than that before on the podcast.
At Puberty Corner?
I really don't. And Jeff listened to it. If we have a listen from Hyderabad, that's Jeff.
Hyderabad,
India. Yeah. Then that was Jeff.
Awesome.
And he texted me and he said, what cracked him up most about that segment is that I got high centered, like there's your dog.
Yeah, Leo.
High centered.
Trying to be the alpha.
That's right.
Failing
miserably because I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Because I'm bringing this big energy. Shut up, Leo.
But I was saying, and what I was trying to do is use inclusive language, but I panicked. Yeah. And I was like, the kids, they're starting to notice each other and they're starting to, and you let me flounder for like 30 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then go on, doctor. Jeff lost his mind. But what's hilarious.
My favorite though, and I think it's a function of the fact that I do this a lot, is when someone wanders into a situation that they have no backup plan. There's just no ripcord that they can pull to get out of it. Like literally their only out is anyway. Like my favorite is to watch a person's like wheels turn trying to get out of that. Ugh.
And that just escalates it because I can feel your beady eyes just burning into me. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to be here for a minute.
I'm not here to help.
I know.
I think we know the Brandon Birdwell story, by the way. I show up here to steer you in difficult and uncomfortable directions.
Yes.
And to honestly get out of your way. Yes. Right? And just let you do it.
But it was so funny. But what's even funnier is that I actually do talk about this stuff like in ministry.
Effectively, yeah.
You made me lose my credibility is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But because It's so important. And I have zero issues talking about, sexuality with kids, puberty with kids, my own kids in the youth group. I really do.
Sure.
Because kids are going to learn about that stuff somewhere.
Right. So
and the alternatives,
might as well
the
be
internet and their peers, not great.
Yeah.
So anyway, be proactive, friends. Talk to your kids about that stuff. PSA.
Well, yeah, there's your ripcord. Got out. You got out.
And it just made me laugh so hard. And I went back and listened. And sure enough, it's like I'm on a stationary bike.
It really is.
30 seconds.
Just fighting so hard.
Go on, doctor.
You've run this ship aground. You just trying so hard.
So rude.
I'm not rude. I was just
honest.
I was passively indifferent.
Yes,
Actively
indifferent.
I allowed you to live.
There it is. Okay, Taylor Swift. Circle back.
Yeah. Puberty corner. I don't know what to say. I'm stuck in a loop and I'm getting away from the topic I started to say when I said puberty corner. The doctor is in.
Okay.
Paging Dr. Puberty. Dr. Puberty. Paging Dr. Bodily Changes. Paging Dr. Back Alley Puberty.
Okay. So
That's called a puberty bump. Anyway, here's a prescription for deodorant. You stink. Man, we've bridged puberty over 2 eps now. So good.
That snort was intense. Okay, Taylor Swift. She, has her Eras.
The doctor is in. All right, go ahead.
She has the Eras tour. Okay, she has a partnership with AMC Theaters. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
Where they filmed the whole thing.
Yeah.
And they're playing in the theaters starting this coming weekend.
It has thrown off theatrical releases of movies.
Oh, yeah.
Large budget movies have pushed their release date so they don't have to compete with Taylor Swift's concert video.
Totally. My friend Heather C, hi Heather C, told me that Tay-Tay has made $100 million in pre-sales. Over $100 million in pre-sales.
And excuse me, I'm making my surprised face. Because what?
Okay, but do you know who contributed to that? Me.
Are you going?
I'm taking Hopi with a friend of hers and another mom. We're going on Friday night. Your birthday. I'm celebrating your birthday by going to the Taylor Swift movie experience. Happy birthday, brother.
I've never been
more ashamed,
more disappointed in you. That's mom. That's mom for mad. And you fool.
It's not for me. I have expressed my feelings about Taylor Swift. I respect her. I think she's fine.
Travis Kelce is on my fantasy football team.
Is he really?
He left the game early with a leg injury yesterday. Now I need to get updated because if his season's over,
you're doomed.
Well, I'm already doomed. I got absolutely.
What's your team's name?
You sure?
No, don't say it.
I'm going to tell you.
No.
There's 2 teams.
Don't say them.
One of them.
Is it appropriate? Don't say it.
No, we'll do it. And so listen.
Sorry, guys.
I really didn't know. First team.
Oh, Brandon, really?
The mascot is Gary Busey. Okay. And the team name is Let's Get Busey. Okay. And the second team.
I don't want to hear.
The mascot is Guy Fieri.
Okay.
And we're called Flavortown Nugget Pouch. Because you had to have a location, so they play out of Flavortown.
I'm sorry, guys. Okay, that's it. But anyway, so we're going. There's a whole thing about what
Travis Kelce's on Flavortown Nugget Pouch. Listen, here's the clip. If we want to be viral, let's talk about how Travis Kelce's on Flavortown Nugget Pouch because he's hot news right now.
You've said it.
He's hotter than.
You've said it 3 times.
And the FCC allows 3 times
That's it.
In one episode.
No more.
FTNP.
There it is. So it's a whole thing because the girls are making friendship bracelets. Hopi and one of her besties.
Okay.
And they're super excited. They're planning their outfits. Yeah. Now I'm thinking, I'm just going to show up in normal clothes. Apparently that's unacceptable.
I know what you're going to show up in. You're going to show up in our streetwear line. You're going to show up.
I don't have time to get it together. And we go on Friday.
Too late, and then I just open a closet and the whole line's in there.
And it just...
This wasn't me pitching it. This was me confirming that it's happening.
Oh, gosh.
We got to come up with a name for it.
Okay. Next week.
Okay.
We need some time because this is important.
Middle-aged ragers.
Okay.
That's starting point.
Sure.
Starting point.
I think that's a great starting point. Anyway, but I'll report back next week on how that went. Because I literally have no expectations. This is not for me.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know.
Great response. I have numerous times in the past put out music on the same day Taylor Swift does.
Oh, gosh.
And I've had people be like, hey, great choice. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I have a song coming out on Friday.
Oh my God. And it's your birthday.
It's like she's hurting my tight end with her curses. She's taken away my release day.
My niece is going to her show.
I'm just saying.
My sister doesn't know what to wear. News from the Nextdoor app.
Go ahead.
Okay. This is Ron, name not protected.
No.
Ron said this.
I like how arbitrarily you decide to protect or not protect.
I know.
It's amazing.
I know. And I honestly, I can't tell you how I determine.
Doesn't matter.
No. It's just what I feel.
Here's Leo.
Hi, Leo. I feel like I'm at the Tulsa Zoo. He's booing us.
He really is.
Okay. Ron says, PSA. So you know it's going to be good.
It's got to be.
Chips and salsa are much more important than your pumpkin spice. Carry on.
Agreed. Agreed.
Agreed. I agree as well.
I like the pumpkin spice scent, but I'm not a spicy guy. I like a chip and salsa more. Agreed.
I just thought that was such a random thing to post. It got 27 likes in one day.
Well, I mean, the people have spoken. Stop it, Leo. What is happening?
He hates this episode.
He really does.
Well, let's hang on a few more minutes, Leo. Okay, Becca, name not protected.
Okay.
Mainly because this is awesome.
Okay.
She said, someone missing a chicken in the parent pickup line? Or does she want to come home with me? And then sure enough, she included a picture. Sandwiched in between a Lexus and a dark SUV, a white hen.
What's a chicken doing there?
Just waiting patiently for her chicks.
There's nothing for a chicken there. Listen.
Picking up her babies.
I love that in the comment, she asked if the chicken wanted to come home with her.
Right.
It's like, does the chicken have an account? Did the chicken respond?
No. She's just going to scoop her up. Just going to scoop her up and put her in the Lexus.
That's chicken law.
It's chicken.
If you can get your hands on a chicken, therefore thou stayest thou chicken.
I own this now.
This is early agrarian chicken law.
Yeah, because they're not microchipped.
No,
I don't think you can microchip a chicken.
They're microchicked.
Yeah. Oh,
that's our new company.
Microchip.
It's a microchick. We microchip chickens.
Apparently, loose chickens are quite an issue in our great state.
Well,
and a lot of them get eaten by bobcats and such.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, how is your
silly stuff, a lot of cooking for Levi or whatever is on there now.
Oh,
it's
so
great.
Sweet.
It's great.
What a cute kid.
And Instagram, Zuckerberg and his team have decided that Brandon's in need of a lot of inspirational quotes. Like so many. Like my feed is chock full of inspirational quotes.
Any good ones?
They must, some.
Helpful ones?
And some not.
Okay.
But just so many. It's almost just like, I didn't follow any of these. How did they get in here?
They listen to our recordings.
They do. They listen to everything.
Yeah, they do.
Well, that's my algorithm.
I have a lot of gross charcuterie boards for Halloween.
Okay.
Have you seen the ones?
Yes, I don't like it. I don't want to eat it. I don't want to eat it. It looks gross.
There's a skeleton and they drape like prosciutto on it to look like muscle and tissue.
I don't need that.
Ugh. There was a really gross one the other day that was called the scare cuterie. Not clever. No. And it was someone took mozzarella sticks and put them into the shape of a hand, covered them in prosciutto, made an arm, just slicing into it.
Gross.
Ew.
I don't need it.
I don't want it either.
No.
Okay. Lots of fall fashion.
Okay. Yeah. Same.
What is the best garment for fall? What would you say? What's your fave?
So fall's probably a little early to start going beanie style.
You do love a beanie.
I do. I think like a crew neck or a hoodie is tough to beat for me.
I was going to say sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Like an oversized.
It's like what you are wearing today.
No, this is a t-shirt. This is an oversized Crindy's Picklin t-shirt.
That
Leo
dog.
hates this shirt.
Leo hates silence.
It's fine. The people like it. They like to hear from him. Okay, there was a thing, and I have a question to pose to you. 80s Girls, which is one of my favorite accounts, they said, it was a meme, and they said, you've just acquired a non-human 80s sidekick. Which one are you choosing?
Is there a list?
There's a list.
Okay.
Number 1, Gizmo.
That he actually popped into my head first, but go ahead.
Falcor.
Okay.
Howard the Duck.
No.
E.T. Absolutely not. Harry from Harry and the Hendersons. And Ludo from The Labyrinth. I know my choice. Not even a question.
Friend.
That was really good. Anytime you need rocks to pop out of a bubbling bog.
Hoggle.
Yes. Oh, that was good.
Thanks. So, Falcor.
It's hands down.
Falcor. It's because not only is he an incredible character,
He flies you places.
means of conveyance.
Free airfare.
Free air. This sidekick's paying for himself already.
I know. Let's take him on the family vacay.
Yeah.
Saddle up, partners.
Saddle up, partners. The Luck Dragon Express is taking off.
That might be the title of the podcast. Luck Dragon Express. Okay, what you been watching, reading, or listening to?
Jumped back into, because took a break from it, Ego is the Enemy. As we know, I read all of Ryan Holiday's books multiple times, like once a year, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
They're very helpful. Lots of helpful little kind of anecdotes and things. I have been listening to a ton of Thelonious Monk radio.
Yeah.
I just like to put it on and just vibe with it because he's my favorite.
Talk about vibes.
He's my favorite jazz artist, and I like the algorithmic functionality of like it kicks you to different people and you hear stuff that you might not have heard otherwise.
It's kind of like Pandora. Remember Pandora? Mm-hmm. Love it.
I do remember Pandora. So, anyways,
Nice.
plug for Pandora.
Just vibing.
So, and then watching Halloween stuff.
What you been watching?
I love to watch it because it's so bad, but Hubie
I've
Halloween.
never watched it. Should it go on? Is it worse than Scooby-Doo? Scooby-Doo?
No.
Scooby-Doo?
It's terrible, but it's Hubie-Doo. It's bad.
Okay.
It's Hubie-Doo-Doo, but it's fun to watch.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah, it's silly and it's fun. Whatever.
Okay.
Did Hocus Pocus 1, Hocus Pocus 2. So just getting
We are saving it.
the ball rolling. So
Have your thoughts on Hocus Pocus 2 changed at all from last year?
it's less bad this year
Okay.
just because it's less shocking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was
Yeah.
the initial view, you're like, ooh.
But the first 20 minutes are so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
all right.
That's good to know because that's when I'm anticipating that a second viewing of that will be better.
Yeah.
Okay. Pastor's Corner. Just reading a lot of stuff about the Sermon on the Mount. I'm not going to go into it because from your face,
No,
I can tell
please
that-
do. No, I want to listen. Mount up.
Stuff from
Sermon on the
Amy
Mount
Jill
up. Let's
Levine-
let's go. Let's hear about it.
Stop it. Okay. So we've been watching a lot of Halloween movies too. Scooby-Doo. Goosebumps 1.
Does that make you feel
What?
like a horrible sinner?
To watch Halloween movies?
Yeah.
Absolutely
Right
not.
after you come down off your mount.
Okay. Okay. Listen, if the God of the universe is scared of kids in costumes, we're all in trouble. Scooby-Doo.
We're all in trouble anyways.
Well, I know, but that's just another reason why. Goosebumps 1. It's great.
Yeah.
Like that one a lot. Casper, which I know you enjoy.
Love
These are
Casper.
the ones Jeff gave us permission to watch while he was gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
While the dog was disrespecting me. And then last night, the one for us that really kicks it all off is Nightmare Before Christmas. And we watched that one last night.
Interesting.
Sang along.
Interesting.
Sang right on along.
Very cool.
So good. Excuse me. We're also deep into Golden Bachelor. We watched episode 2 last night. Brandon.
Won't do
Brandon.
it. Won't do it.
Brandon.
Won't do it.
Brandon.
Won't do it.
It was just about more than my heart could handle. I am telling you, honestly, it prompted discussions last night of Jeff and I, who were Jeff and me. We were talking about
What was that? Keep going.
Doctor.
No, I didn't say it. You said it.
It prompted discussions about what we would do if one of us were to pass away. Would we want the other one to find love? The answer is absolutely yes. But this was the big theme of last night's episode because a lot of these women have also lost their partners in life, as Gary has lost his. And so it's just so sweet. A second chance at love. Who doesn't love that?
Again, you have succeeded not once, but twice in your descriptions of this show in just simply reinforcing the reasons that I don't want to watch it.
But here's what I forgot to tell you last week.
What did you forget to tell me last week?
That The Bachelor reminds us of Will Ferrell's character in Daddy's Home. He is so Magoo. Like, that is who he is. You don't even know.
I don't. And
He's precious.
I don't and I won't.
You don't know what you're missing.
I know exactly what I'm missing.
I want to give a shout
I get my
out
updates on the Golden Bachelor once a week.
from me.
From the stammering fool who sits across from me.
Stammering fool. You are the meanest person in my life. The meanest person besides my dog to me. Besides my dog.
I'm
Just
the alpha in
line
this
up.
room. I'm the alpha on this podcast.
Line up behind Coco. Anyway, I want to give a quick shout out to Heather H. and Scott M. These are friends from the past, high school and college, with whom I've recently reconnected, listeners of the pod. I want to give them a shout out and thank them for their support.
Great.
Yeah. Guys, if you, not just Heather H. and Scott M., but if you listen to the pod regularly and you haven't given us a rating or review, we could
You're dead
really,
to us. Oh, sorry.
we could really use it. We would really appreciate it. It helps people find us and it helps us grow the CHWH Nation.
Yeah.
We might even bring Puberty Corner back as a regular segment. I meant to tell you that famous Oklahoma librarian, Kirby McKenzie, requested that it be a regular segment.
What Kirby wants, Kirby gets.
Well, we halfway brought it back this week, so we'll see. Anyway,
The doctor is in.
what's your warm heart?
Got to spend some time this weekend with dear friends Ted and Sophia. There's their first outing kind of.
Oh, I saw the
after
picture.
post-baby. And so we went and they wanted to celebrate Lindsay's birthday, so we hung out and did that whole thing. So it was really sweet. Always nice to see dear friends and hang out with them. So there you go. What about yours?
Mine is my oldest, Harrison. He spoke at youth group the other night. Just worked really hard on this message that he wanted to share, and it was surprising and beautiful, and I was just really, really proud of him.
Nice.
It was one of those moments as a parent where you're like,
Well, that's good.
well,
I'm so glad he caught your disease. Hey guys, thanks for listening to Cold Hands, Warm
welcome
Hearts.
to Junior Pastor's Corner.
Welcome to Puberty Pastor Corner.
Oh no. Sorry, Harrison.
I'm not.
Okay.
Bye.
Anyway, guys, have a great week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.